I remember the exact moment it hit me. A punch I didn't see coming. I had walked into the living room after work, expecting the usual. My wife curled up on the couch, phone in hand, maybe a smile for me. But instead, I froze. She was leaning toward the man sitting next to her at the small dinner, gathering we'd invited a few colleagues to. Her lips curved into a smile I had never seen aimed at me. Soft and warm, her eyes lighting up in a way I hadn't seen for months. And I felt invisible. At first, I convinced myself I was imagining it. Maybe it was the way the light caught her face. Maybe it was a trick of my tired eyes. But the look lingered in my mind, growing sharper every time I replayed it. Why couldn't I see it directed at me like that anymore? In the days that followed, the small signs began to pile up, missed calls that she claimed were accidental, hidden messages that she hurriedly locked when I walked by. She started spending longer at work, suddenly volunteering for evening meetings. I tried to ignore it, telling myself I was overthinking, that my insecurities were making mountains out of molehills. But doubt has a way of burrowing deep, whispering that maybe the truth is worse than my imagination. One evening, I picked up her phone by accident. It slid off the counter while she was in the kitchen. The screen lit up with a message preview. "I can't wait to see you later. Just us." My heart stopped. My hands went cold. I slid the phone down, pretending nothing had happened. But the words seared into my mind. I felt like I had been punched in the chest, not by a stranger, but by the person I trusted most in the world. Every shared memory started to feel tainted. The lazy Sunday mornings, the way she used to rest her head on my shoulder, the inside jokes that now felt like cruel performances, all of it seemed rehearsed or worse, hollow. I began questioning everything about our relationship. Was she ever really mine? Or had I been blind to the attention she gave someone else right under my nose? I tried to speak to her, carefully, quietly. "Are you happy with me?" I asked one night, my voice trembling. She looked up from her book, startled, like I'd accused her of something unforgivable. "Of course," she said. "Why would you even ask that?" But her eyes darted away, briefly meeting mine, and there it was. The flicker of guilt, fleeting but undeniable. The real confirmation came by accident. I was tidying the kitchen and found a note she had left in her purse. It wasn't meant for me, though it was clear she forgot it. "Can't stop thinking about you today. I hate lying, but I can't let him know." I read it 3 times, each word crashing over me like waves. I felt hollowed out, as if every shared laugh, every tender moment, had been quietly replaced by this hidden truth. Confronting her felt like standing at the edge of a cliff. I had to know, but I feared the fall. When I finally did, the conversation was raw, messy, painfully human. "I know," I said simply. "I saw the messages. I saw him. I saw your smile." She froze, guilt and fear painting her face in stark lines. I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered. "I got lost. I felt invisible, I think. Not with you. Not really. I never wanted to hurt you." Her voice cracked, and I realized that for all the betrayal, she was human too, flawed, scared, remorseful. But remorse didn't erase the hurt, the months of doubt, the way I had questioned my worth in silence. In the end, I made the hardest decision of my life. I left that night, quietly, without shouting, without dramatics. I packed a bag, not in anger, but in resolve. Love had been complicated and painful. But I needed to reclaim myself before I could ever trust or love again. Driving away, the city blurred past my eyes, lights like scattered memories. I thought about the smile that had made me feel invisible, and I let it go. I realized that heartbreak, though devastating, can also be a teacher. It teaches you what you deserve, who you are, and what you refuse to compromise for. I don't think I'll ever forget her smile, not the warmth, not the betrayal. But I've learned that my value isn't measured by someone else's attention. It's measured by my strength, my ability to walk away with dignity, and to rebuild a life where I am seen. Pain is loud, but courage is quiet. And that night, I felt it for the first time in months.